Hi preschool friends, welcome back to Storytime Online. This week it is cold and snowy at my house, so I thought we would share some winter snowy stories together. But before we get started, let's open with our Welcome to Storytime song. So we're going to need to start with our clapping hands, then we're going to have our stomping feet, and then we're going to wave. All right, you ready? We clap and say hello, we clap and say hello, to all our friends at story time. We clap and say hello, we stomp and say hello, we stomp and say hello, to all our friends at story time. We stomp and say hello, we wave and say hello, we wave and say hello, to all our friends at story time. We wave and say hello. Hello friends! Oh, it's so good to see you this morning. All right, we're going to start with a story that you may already know. Both of these are actually pretty famous. The first one is called The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. The Snowy Day. This book won the Caldecott Medal for illustration. And it is published by Viking Press. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His little feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out like this. And he walked with his toes pointing in like that. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks. And he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. It was a stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight, but he knew he wasn't old enough. Not yet. So he made a smiling snowman, and he made angels. He pretended he was a mountain climber, and he climbed up a great, big, tall, heaping mountain of snow and slid all the way to the bottom. All the way down. He picked up a handful of snow, and another, and still another, and he packed it round and firm, and he put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. And he thought and thought and thought about them. I like that he has a boat and a duck in his bathtub. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. And he felt very sad. Oh no, what happened to his snowball? While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere, and new snow was falling. After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out together in the deep, deep snow. You think it's fun to share snow with a friend? always liked to go out into the snow with a friend, someone to sled with or ice skate with or enjoy a snowy day with. All right. I thought we would use our shaker egg this morning. So if you got a Storytime kit, there should be a shaker egg in the kit for you. If you have not picked up a Storytime kit or weren't able to get one, feel free to use a rattle or a shaker that you've made at home or another instrument that you might have. All right, and we are going to take our shaker and we're going to shake them as fast as we can. As fast as you can, all right? And then stop. Okay, and then we're going to hide them. Can you hide it away so I can't see it? Where'd it go? Is it there? All right, good hiding. We're going to guess where our shaker has disappeared to, and then it's going to come out and it's going to touch different parts of our body, okay? So we're going to dance it maybe on our head or on an elbow or on an arm, and it's going to make some different motions. So pay careful attention. You ready? Where is Shaker? Where is Shaker? Here I am. Here I am. Tapping on your elbow, tapping on your elbow. Run away, hide, run away. Where is Shaker? Where is Shaker? Here I am, here I am. Rolling on your head, rolling on your head. Run away, hide, run away. Where is Shaker? Where is Shaker? Here I am, here I am. Bouncing on your knee, bouncing on your knee. Run away, hide, run away. Where is Shaker? Where is Shaker? Here I am, here I am. Bouncing on your nose, bouncing on your nose. Run away, run away. Nice job. All right, give one last quick shake, 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 shake. And then we're going to put our shakers down somewhere nice and safe and listen to our next story. This is a pretty famous story as well. It's called Froggy Gets Dressed, and it was written by Jonathan London and illustrated by Frank Remikowicz. Froggy Gets Dressed. It was cold. Froggy woke up and looked out the window. Snow! Snow, he sang. I want to play in the snow. Go back to sleep, Froggy, said his mother. Don't you know frogs are supposed to sleep all winter and wake up when the snow melts? No, no, cried Froggy. I'm awake, awake. I want to go out and play in the snow. He does look very awake, doesn't he? So Froggy put on his socks, zoop, pulled on his boots, zup, put on his hat, zat, tied on his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zum, and flopped outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Can you say that with me? Flop, flop, flop. Froggy, called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, cried Froggy. I forgot to put on my pants. Oh my goodness. Oh, silly Froggy. He flopped back inside, flop, 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 tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat, pulled off his boots, he left his socks on, and slipped his pants on. Zip! Then he pulled on his boots, zup, put on his hat, zat, tied on his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zum, and flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy! Called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, he cried. I forgot to put on my shirt. And your coat, added his mother. My goodness, Froggy's gonna freeze. He flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. Tugged off his mittens, untied his scarf, took off his hat. He left his pants, boots, and socks on, and buttoned up his shirt. Zoot, zoot, zoot. Then he snapped on his coat, snap, put on his hat, zat, tied on his scarf, zwit, tugged on his mittens, zum, and flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. And what do you think his mother said? Froggy! Called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. He had on his mittens. He had on his scarf. He had on his coat. He had on his shirt. He had on his pants. He had on his boots. He had on his socks. He reached up. Yep, he had on his hat. What could be missing? Your underwear! His mother laughed. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. He flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. He tugged off his mittens and untied his scarf, unsnapped his coat, unbuttoned his shirt, unzipped his pants, pulled off his boots, took off his socks. He left his hat on and slipped his long johns on, and with a zap of elastic. Then he put on one sock, zoop, pulled on one boot, zup, tugged on one mitten, zum, started to tug on the other, and let it drop, and said, I'm too tired. And Froggy went back to sleep. Good night, Froggy. Zzz. I love this second to last picture where it shows us what Froggy's wearing to bed. He's got some goofy clothes left on. What's he still wearing? What's he still wearing that you don't normally wear to bed? He's got one mitten. Yep, do you sleep in your mittens? He's got one mitten. He's still wearing his winter hat. And he only has one sock. I think his toes might get cold. Poor Froggy. Froggy gets dressed. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me this week for Storytime Online. It was great to see all of you. I'll see you again next week.